Lean Startup Business Model Canvas is a visual exercise designed to help you create and maintain the business model for your startup. In this video, I'm going through the in-depth practical guide on the real example of how to use Lean Business Model Canvas. Also, at the end of this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the free Lean Business Model Canvas template so you can start building a business model straight away by typing it in or printing it out. So make sure to stick till the end of the video. So the Lean Business Model Canvas originates from the traditional business model canvas. However, the reality for traditional business and startups is different. That's why Lean Business Model Canvas has been optimized to address some particular challenges of the startup. For instance, the key partners section of the traditional business model canvas has been replaced with the problem section. The key activities section of the traditional business model canvas has been replaced with solution. The value proposition has been extended with a unique value proposition, and the customer relationship has been replaced with unfair advantage. The key resources section has been replaced with key metrics section. These are the properties of the business model that are more relevant to the unique startup environments. So let's consider this business model step by step. And the first thing when we are going to create our business model would be to define our customer segments. And our customer segments, we should specify that narrowed down customer segment, and we want to make it to be as targeted as possible. The other important thing that for B2B startups, it's important to focus on people, not businesses. So instead of saying e-commerce brands, we should say e-commerce managers of the fashion brands. We should be focusing on people. It's also important to clearly differentiate between customers and users. And for the startup specifically, it's important to state here who would be the early adopters of our startup. So for our particular example, let's consider that our startup idea is customer data platform for e-commerce brands. And we want to create a segmented target audience. So our users and most likely customers would be e-commerce managers, because those are the people who are responsible for managing daily day-to-day operations. E-commerce managers might also include head of e-commerce, but we generally just specify it as e-commerce manager. Also, in managing customer data, the e-commerce technical leads will be involved, like software developers, so on and so forth. So these are our customer segments, and I would say the e-commerce technical lead will be more user, while the e-commerce manager is more kind of a customer because he makes decisions. Also, when it comes to early adopters, we might want to focus on the specific narrowed down niche. If we only have some brands, some acquaintances who are ready to be our early adopters, we can just say explicitly these and these brands. If we don't, we just need to describe as targeted as possible who would be our early adopters. And I would say those would be the e-commerce managers of the fashion brands with less than $1 million of yearly revenue. So once we have the customer segments defined, let's state our problem clearly. And we should specify as clearly as possible the problem that we are trying to solve with our product. Also here, we want to list the closest competitors who are solving this problem or very similar problem. In startup space, it might be the case that you don't have really direct competitors, so you can find out who is doing slightly similar. So in our case with customers data platform, the problem is that e-commerce brands can't use user behavior data when making decisions, that they are assuming more than referring by the facts. Another problem that collecting and analyzing customers' data is only affordable for giant brands because it requires a lot of engineering time and thus big investments. Also, brands need to manage dozens of platforms to get the insightful data. The engineering team should integrate dozens of platforms all together to get some insightful data. And after making our analysis, we found out that Customer Labs and Looker are two most close platforms that are trying to be customer data platform for e-commerce brands. So we stated it here. So now we have our problem assumption stated clearly. Let's figure out what will be our revenue streams. And in this case, revenue streams, we're gonna explain how the product will make money and what would be our pricing strategy, our pricing margin based or value based. In customer data platform, we might choose both strategies or choose one of them. For instance, we can just charge a regular fee per user, per company from our customers and just charge them on value depending which features they're using. However, we decided to go here with margin based, so our platform would be affordable for many brands. So we're gonna be charge the brands for using the platform based on the amount of data ingested. So depending on how many gigabytes or terabytes of data per month and ingested, we will calculate the margin from our cost to ingest this data and charge our client. Also, we're gonna be charging based on the amount of data analyzed. So depending how many queries they make, how much of the data they're analyzing, we're gonna calculate how much compute power we should use to analyze this data and then do some margin on top of it to charge our customers. This is our revenue stream. So after we have revenue streams, we will go to the solution definition. And here we're going to be defining our solution as clearly as possible. And the best way to define solution is just to have the list solution for every problem we stated in the problems tab. Also, we want to explain the experiences user will receive by using this solution. So getting back to our example is customer data platform, we're gonna provide an out-of-the-box platform that can collect data from different sources. The platform will have artificial intelligence capabilities to perform cohort analysis on user behavior and prepare reports without need of data scientists. So basically we're solving here the problem that companies won't need any hiring expensive data scientists and development teams to get the insightful data. And also we're solving a different problem that forced e-commerce brands to use dozens of different platforms to gain insightful data, providing our out-of-the-box solution. So our solution is clearly defined, and now we want to figure out our unique value proposition. And unique value proposition is a big topic to discuss, and I will create another video about how to build unique value propositions, so make sure you subscribe to my channel to not miss it. But for now, we just want to clearly specify the uniqueness about our product, why it's different from other alternatives. And to grasp something about our uniqueness, we can just considering the following areas of uniqueness. Newness. So for instance, all the existing competitive products on the market are solving the old problem of the customer. So e-commerce brands had a problem to, let's say, collect the data. But our tool will not only collect the data, it will also analyze the data. So it's a newness. Performance. So let's say there are a couple of tools on the market that collecting the data, but they need like 3 months to get some insight from that data. And we are solving it with our AI capabilities out of the box solution that can provide the information in a few days. Customization. Let's say all the other platforms are low customizable, and we are providing some additional customization capabilities so they can help customers to customize the data analytics or data ingestion under their specific use cases. Getting the job done is it might not be related to particular our case. However, it might be relevant if we would offer the consulting services on data analytics for e-commerce brands. So while there are a bunch of platforms exist on the market and doing that, it still requires some expertise to understand how to properly use this platform. So if we would offer a consulting service, we will just get the job done, and it will be like just a pain remover for our clients. Design. It might be something for physical products. However, there are a lot of legacy SaaS platforms, and sometimes while making product to appear more elegantly, people can just use it because of the appearance. Brand status. It might be a good opportunity of product uniqueness for luxury brands, so people can not only benefit from this product by solving their problem, but also express their status or show their brand loyalty using it. Price. In many cases, our product might just offer better pricing strategy, more affordable pricing than a competitive product. Cost reduction. Sometimes the uniqueness could be expressed that competitive product requires a certain amount of resources of finances to operate. Our product can reduce these resources finances comparing to the previous alternative. Risk reduction is also a great uniqueness opportunity, because for many companies, financial risks or quality risks are inevitable, and people will find it really valuable if reduce risks of their businesses or operation. Accessibility. It might be really relevant for the consumer products because a lot of products are made for the mass market and they didn't took in account the accessibility features that might be required for people with disabilities. So that's maybe also uniqueness of our product that will provide better accessibility for the existing niche and convenience and usability. Let's say there are a bunch of customer data platforms on the market, but they are very complicated. And it's hard for the e-commerce managers and e-commerce tech leads to figure out how to use it. However, what are we doing? We're just offering the same functionality, but with just more clear, smooth, and better user experience. So it's more convenient and easier to use our platform, and it's our unique advantage. So these are how can we find the unique value proposition of our product. And it's also important in this section to provide a high-level statement, like a short, easy to understand sentence about the product. So let's state our unique value proposition for our customer data platform. So first of all, it's out-of-the-box solution can capture the data from all the sources. So people won't need to figure out, okay, how can I connect my Facebook ads data, or how can I track my website visitors' behaviors, so on. Then an AI data analytics doesn't require complex data science operation. And this is most of the CDP's platform are not offering. So most of the CDP's platform are offering data collection, and they're providing the default template reports that are not insightful or usable. However, in our case, the e-commerce brands can receive the customized, objective-specific dashboard without knowing anything about data science or anything about data, just using purely artificial intelligence. And our high-level statement would be detailed e-commerce user behavior analysis at the click of a button. So here how we state the easiness and valuability of using our product. So this is our unique value proposition, and now we're gonna be defining the channels. And channels, those are simply the ways we're gonna be communicating with our niche, with our audience, with our customers. So we just want to list the marketing communication channels. At the beginning, when we don't have any customers, we just want to figure out, okay, how are we going to be communicating to e-commerce managers or e-commerce technical leads so they will be aware about platform and be able to start using it. Simply, what will be our marketing tools? And we could answer it by those questions. How do we raise awareness of our product? How do we help customers assess our product's value? How do we enable customers to purchase our product? How do we deliver value to our customers? And how do we provide post-purchase customer support? In this case, we mainly focusing on pre-purchase because we are a startup. So we're gonna be using the digital ads like Google Ads, Instagram ads. We also be using organic sources like SEO, LinkedIn outreach in order to raise the awareness of our product, educate customers about how they can assess our product's value, and point them to the landing page where they can purchase our product and they will receive the value by using our product. The post-provide purchase customer support, we are not stating it in this particular example. However, it might be just the support chat in our product, anything like that. The first assumption just came to my mind. So these are our channels. Then we go to the key metrics. Key metrics help us to understand how we can measure the progress of our business. So we clearly want to know if we are progressing or we are declining. And we're going to be measuring it by total active customers, and we're also going to be measuring the customers' revenue increased over the time of using the platform. Total active customers will help us to understand how many people are actually using the platform, not just because we might have a lot of people who sign up but not using because they weren't finding it valuable or finding it confusing. The customer revenue increase over the time of using the platform, it would be the great metrics to show how our product impact the customers. Of course, it might be hard to measure because there are a lot of different factors that might influence customer revenue, not only the usability of our platform. However, if we can find a way to measure this metric, then we can clearly know how much value we are providing to our customers. So after we specified the key metrics, we're gonna be exploring our cost structure. And cost structure, it's simple. What would be our expenses to run the business? Fixed and variable costs for the products. In another case, it might be the product development. We need to perform product development operation. We need to engineer the product. Also the marketing, running the ads, running the SEO will consume some cost. We will also need to pay the salaries for our team, for ourselves that we are running this product. And we might also be using the third-party vendor subscriptions for the data management, data storing that we're going to be paying for. These would be the main cost structure of our product. So after we have cost structure defined, let's finalize our business model with Unfair Advantage. And we can talk a lot about Unfair Advantage. Do not make this video very long. I would recommend you to read this book and the Unfair Advantage. It will provide you more in-depth information about the concept of an unfair advantage. But to tell it shortly, it's a unique aspect of your product that competitors cannot replicate or acquire in any way. In our use case with CDP platform for e-commerce brands, we can state it like use case specific customers data insights at the push of the button without the need for complex data analysis. And this is our uniqueness, our unfair advantage that our competitors can replicate, because we are combining all solutions together and learning the exact specific customer use cases. So once we have it ready, we have our business model lean canvas ready, and it looks like this board with all these sticky notes. So once we have this board ready, we can proceed further executing the startup, figuring out how to engineer it. But it's one more important thing we should understand about lean business model, that the lean canvas business model, it's not one-time do thing. Every business model needs to be continuously updated. So right now we created this business model with a set of our assumptions. However, what we want to do, we want to replace those assumptions with the facts. And in order to gather the facts, we need to receive the feedback from the customers. And I have another video about how we can get the valuable feedback from our MVP. So you can find the link on this video in the description. And it's important to remember that our business model should be continuously updated based on the progress we made, based on the feedback we are receiving. And as I promised at the beginning of this video, in the link of this video, you can find the free lean business model canvas template. You can open it in the Notion tool and start building your business model in Notion straight away. Or you can print out and use the sticky notes to have it on the wall, whatever you prefer. So this is our lean business model canvas. So if you like this video, click the like button. Also, if you want to learn more practice-proven techniques about how to run and grow your startup, make sure to subscribe to my channel, where I'm sharing a lot of different tips and tutorials about it.